Hello, everyone. I am ZHAO Chuang. Let's draw the tail of Miragaia. The dinosaur's tail grows from the pelvis, so we will choose an angle that allows everyone to learn how to draw the pelvis. If we draw the tail swing like this, its pelvis and vertical bony plates can be seen simultaneously. This angle also enables us to easily understand the distance between the two rows of bony plates. The spikes on its tail were arranged horizontally, completely different from the bony plates. In addition, we also should know how to represent the structure of each part in order. For example, we draw the shape of the pelvis first, but the pelvis would be blocked by most structures, so we use dotted lines to show it. When drawing the bony plates, we can draw this row first, and use shading to draw the other row. Doing this can show the shape and direction of the bony plates and their layers. Now, let's draw the tail of Miragaia. We start with the pelvis, the core of the entire picture. First, draw the top surface of the pelvis. We can imagine the whole pelvis and legs as a square box, and the top surface is the box lid. On both sides of the box are its legs. Because it walks slowly, its thighs were longer than its calves. Then, we draw its feet. Its tail extends back from here. We can exaggerate the perspective relationship to make it easier to represent its tail. The spikes at the end of the tail extended horizontally toward both ends. The rear tail spikes might be longer than those at the front. We draw a dotted line along the midline of the tail. And then draw its bony plates along both ends of the midline. Let's draw the bony plates along one side first. When coming to the rear of the tail, these bony plates start to become sparse, and we can draw complete bony plates one by one. Then, they get smaller and smaller, ending here. Next, draw the boundary between the base of the bony plates and the skin. The horizontal line at the base is also parallel to the midline. In this way, the shape of the bony plates on the left side of the midline has been finished. Now, we draw the bony plates on the right side. We can draw the bony plates on the right side directly in black and use shading to show them. This will make the structure clearer and have a stronger sense of layers. The shadows only cover half of those bony plates at the posterior, so we still need to leave some parts white. The shading we want to represent is actually the outer bony plates, casting shadows on the inner ones. The smaller ones can be directly drawn as shading, but the longer ones need to leave some white space. Next, we slightly complete the pelvis. Then, let's draw textures on the bony plates. The bony plates of stegosaurs had shell-like grooves on the surface. The surface was smooth as a whole, but had a delicate texture that looked like a shell or wood grain. Next, we show the other leg, with only a tiny part visible, and draw shadings on the leg. Then, draw a dotted line to divide the tail muscles into the upper and lower groups. Then, we can draw some structural lines to make its tail look round and three-dimensional instead of flat. On the underside of the tail, we can create a little shadow with short lines. Next, draw the muscles on the leg, and also slightly show the shadows. The front half of its body is not the focus of our drawing, so we can just sketch a few strokes. There was a layer of skin membrane between the tail and the legs. There are also some shadows on the belly. We can simply show the front half, such as its round belly. The forelimbs can be made slightly visible to make the picture more complete. Then, the shadows on the forelimbs. Next, we summarize the bony plates on its back. In the front, we draw its neck and head, making it look into the distance, and slightly show its eye. On the dorsal side of its neck were 2 rows of bony plates. On the ground, we draw some lines that look like shadows and ground texture. Finally, add some skin details. We can draw some dots like this to show some large scales on the skin. And slightly show the texture on the tail. In this way, we finished drawing the tail of Miragaia.